Hello and welcome to the latest CraftySniper's Halloween themed blog video. Right, today being Monday, this is traditionally what I call Media Monday. Usually involves me reviewing footage that I've taken from previous events, reviewing footage from Zoidwolf, editing photos, and generally just sitting in front of that computer doing work. And well, so far this morning it's been exactly the same. I've just finished editing Zoidwolf's Halloween video from YTA, I think it is, The Pit. Literally just finished editing it, or one of his videos. I've got a couple of them to go through, and a question kind of dawned in my head while I was watching his video. This is his talk video, I think, or the action video. I can't. Action video, that's what it is. And in the process of editing this video, I added a few sound effects, I've tweaked his video, and I genuinely tried to make it Halloween-ish themed. And it was when I was doing this that the idea popped in my head about Halloween matches in general involving airsoft. And henceforth, that's why I decided to do a little blog video from my perspective of Halloween themed events. Now, over the last 2 years, I've missed LAC's Zombie Night themed event. They've literally just had their latest one, and I missed it. And I do believe I missed the previous one, last year's. And the year before was the last time I did it, or took part in one. And I just want to go through, like I said, the Halloween stuff in my opinion. Obviously, it's airsoft. I like airsoft. Duh, that's why I do this. And night matches in general, ignoring the fact of Halloween-style matches, but night matches are a wee tad different. I can't snipe, for one thing, in a night match, due to the fact that I can't judge my minimum engagement distance, because obviously it's pitch freaking black. I do believe the last zombie match I went to, I was using my G&G AK, which I do believe was featured in the last video I did, and I was using a high-capacity magazine, and I can't remember, short of the Halloween match, the last time I used a high-capacity magazine. And the only reason I chose a high-capacity magazine was to limit what I had to do in the pitch black. I mean, normally I'll be running mid-cap, so whether it be my Scar H or whether it be my G&G AK or any of my weapon systems, they're usually holding a mid-capacity or low-capacity magazine, something that doesn't need to be wound up, something that doesn't make a noise. And I thought to myself, during this match, or before this match, it's going to be pitch black, Dave. There's no way on this planet you're going to be able to figure out where all your kit is and be able to load all this magazine up and speed load ammunition into a spare magazine in the pitch black whilst being hunted by the living dead. So I went with the idea of high capacity is better than nothing. So it was literally my G&G AK, one high capacity magazine for an AK, which holds, what, 500 odd rounds, 450, 500 rounds, and away we go. And it worked, that system worked. The AK was fantastic. I do remember scaring quite a few people myself. In fact, I do believe I had a little sub-roll in the last Halloween match, and the sub-roll is probably the reason why I didn't take part in a Halloween match for 2 years. My sub-role for the last one I played in was, as I coined the phrase, an agitator. I was at the threat of the zombies like any other normal player. But I was there to make other players, how can I put this politely, play in the spirit of the match. What you genuinely, sometimes I'll say, we found is that players tend to congregate together, even though they're on opposite teams, and talk. And yeah, okay, you know, you paid your money, you do what you like in the match. It kind of ruins it for other people who like to play the match in the spirit that this match has been put out, henceforth against the living dead. And my job was to be on my own. Yes, I can go against the zombies. Yes, I can go against any other player. I am there to make sure, because the zombies, they're playing by their own set of rules. They're zombies. I do believe in LAC's zombie matches we have weaponized zombies, where, you know, they are allowed to carry a weapon. They can't aim down it properly because they're zombies. They have no comprehension of aiming down sights. So if they just stand there and spray out a few BBs or fire just as and where they like, that's what a zombie does with a weapon. If the weapon still hits you, it's still a kill, but it's not... The zombie's not physically going after you and aiming, because no zombie has any brain power left to do that. And what happens is, because the zombies are slow moving, you could very easily, in the early parts of a match, when the zombie numbers are quite low, get around them. You can see them. You know, they make noises. They amble around. And you have players who just want to you know, when they get cold or they just get a little bit bored, they have half hour, 45 minutes of no action, they tend to congregate with the nearest other survivor and just talk. This happened outside of our, I can't remember what the technical term is that our club boss called it, but it's where the zombie cure was. We had a location. He plays the role of a mad scientist, does our club boss. And there was a group of players just congregated outside this lit up scientific location, and they're talking. And I had to get out of this compound, disappear off into the night, and then come back. I came back round and attacked them to make them move. I shot a couple of them to kill them off, so that the zombies have someone to go after and bring their numbers up. But it also means that that group then has to move and attack and make noise, which attracts more zombies and basically brings the game back into being a zombie night. And although I do recall having some fun during this event, it just didn't quite tick my box, float my boat, for want of a better word. And there's a very big reason why. When I first started playing airsoft at Lincolnshire Airsoft Club, we was at a couple of airsoft sites in Curtin and Lindsey. And one of them, Curtin 2 as we called it, was the massive 500 plus acre site, massive woodland site. You know, I've talked about this on numerous videos, and I think you guys have seen numerous photos from the old site. It was an amazing site. Dense woods, open fields, ridge tops, salt flats, rocky ground, green grass ground, you know, everything. It was a nightmare in winter and it was a joy in summer. But we did play our first zombie nights at Curtin 2. Now, for the health and safety side of it, we had to kind of limit the match. We couldn't have, you know, all these players roaming around a 500 acre site in the middle of the night when it was pitch black, and I mean pitch black. Combat zone gets pitch black because of the way the trees are. It's very, you know, very dense. But you can still see light from farms, from Lincoln. You know, you can see the lights in the distance. In Curtin, there isn't anything like that because you're in the middle of nowhere, and it was pitch black. Your hand in front of your face wouldn't see it. Kind of levels of darkness. So we had to limit it to what we called, I do believe, was a Triangle of Doom map area, which was a very big, open, triangular-shaped, open grassland area. It had a road running down one side, it had a ridge top running down the back side of it, and then another road come up round here with Littlewood, as we called it, joining back up with the original road. Littlewood, I do believe, was in play, so was the Triangle of Doom. Henceforth, you know, that's where we limited the players. Now, you might think, oh, you're limiting players, it's going to be boring. It wasn't, because I can't remember the dimensions of this map alone nowadays, but it was huge. You know, I mean, my sniper rifle could just about hit from one end, the narrowest end, from one side to the other. Just about, you know. And it was a real fluke if it ever happened. But lengthwise, in the pitch black, you couldn't see nothing. And there was terrain for you to hide in and out, long grass. I remember there was a little area of very, very tall grass and bushes and a few trees just outside of what we called Littlewood. And you could literally lay down in the pitch black in any camouflage and disappear. And I can remember playing these events, and they were fantastic. They were brilliant. There was genuine fear. I can remember, I mean, this is how I'm new to airsoft. And I was excited for this event because it's the first zombie match I've ever played, and it was exciting. It was fantastic. The first one I played, I do believe I was turned into a zombie pretty much, you know, within about a couple hours of the end of the match. And I was excited to play the zombie role. I don't believe I had a weapon on me, because I don't think we had weaponised zombies back then. But my role was to amble around this site, making funny noises, walking slowly. And actually, I think about it, it sounds like me at 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to work. But that's what my role was. And I can still remember this now. We had this little fortification, which was built for, I don't know why we bought it, but why we built it, but it was a hay bale structure, and it was in the middle of the Triangle of Doom map. And I was just ambling outside of Littlewood, just on the outskirts of it, and I could see this player, this young lad, and he's standing. I could see his silhouette, and he's standing at the side of the outside of this little fort we built, and he's just standing there with his back to me. I don't know what he was doing. I haven't got a clue. And I'm just making these funny kind of noises, you know. I'm not making too many loud noises because I've not been agitated. And I slowly make my way towards him. I'm thinking, there's no way on this planet this guy can't hear me. This kid's going to hear me and he's going to run or he's going to shoot me, one of the two. But he's going to do something. And he doesn't. He's still standing there. Hasn't got his dead light, not a dead flag, ain't got his dead light up. So he's in play. So I just kind of snuck up behind him and jumped him. And I swear to God, he jumped. Bless him, he did jump. And he became a zombie. And he was, after he got his heart back into where it was normally supposed to be, and calmed down, it was brilliant. He loved it, absolutely fantastic. And I think he went on to be a zombie, and he had fun, and I had fun, and the whole event was amazing. I can also remember, I think the last one I played at Curtin, I survived. I was one of about 4 or 5 players on our team that survived becoming a zombie. The zombies really did well on this event, and they just played a scary part. It's not going up against the enemy players with the rifles that's scary, it's the zombies, because they were playing the role brilliantly. And I remember, being on the backside of this ridge, which was still in play. The match was due to end at, I think, around midnight. And the zombies are now a huge mass of them. We're talking Walking Dead levels of zombies. You can't shoot these things, because you shoot one of them, the rest of them are going to go after you. And they're going to be annoyed, and they're going to move quickly, and they're scary. And I was running low on ammunition. I can't remember what weapon I was using at the time, but I remember I only had like half a magazine left of ammunition. I was like, I don't want to use this unless I have to. So I'm having to stay ahead of these zombies. And I was in a group of about, say, 4 or 5 players. And we was like, gonna survive, we're gonna survive, we're gonna get through this. It's an airsoft match, and we was actually fearing for our lives because we're in a zombie match and the zombies are after us. And we got separated. I don't know how it happened. I mean, it's pitch black. It's very easy to just split a group and you look around and all of a sudden there's nobody there to help you. And that's when it's like, oh my God, I'm looking at my watch, I'm thinking, crap, I've got half hour left to go. It's scary. Oh God, the zombies, I can hear them, you know, and I'm starting to hear where they are and I'm trying to work out where I need to be. And I remember being on this ridge top and I'm like, I'm scared of the fact that the zombies are going to be after me. I'm more scared of the fact I might fall off this bloody ridge top. But I remember thinking, I can't get away from them. They're there. I can hear them. I can hear them so well. There's so many of them. I can't get away from them. I've got to let them go past me so that I can double back and disappear. And like I said, I've got half hour left of this event. I don't want to die. I don't want to become a zombie at the last minute. So I remember laying on the side of this ridgetop. I dug my boots in, I hold my rifle close to me. I'm laid up against this ridgetop. I think I had a DPM green gear on me, and I'm trying to pull it all down so that I'm covering my face up, because obviously your face really does reflect a lot of light, or any kind of light, if somebody happens to shine any light towards you. But the DPM gear, Woodland DPM green, fantastic camouflage in night. It's absolutely awesome. And I remember laying there, and I remember there's this bush next to me, and I'm kind of dragging this bush over me, so I'm just laying there, and I can hear the zombies. They're close. And it was scary. I can still remember feeling my own heartbeat. And it's a freaking airsoft match, and I'm scared. Biblically scared. And the zombies just walked past me. Because I never made a noise. They left me alone. and they walked, I don't know, they were close. They were very, very close. And they went past me, and I got around them, and I survived. And I was speaking to one of the guys who played the zombie, played one of the zombies, and I says to him about what happened, and he says, well, we was up on the ridgetop, we knew somebody was nearby, or some players were nearby, so that's why we was generally making our way. We had like a search line of zombies going across the ridgetop, and we had zombies on either side of the ridge to cover any people there. He says, where was you? I said, I was hiding, scared out my wits. Pulled this bush over me, and he says, yeah, he says, we never saw you, so no, I survived. But the great thing about it was, that event was awesome. No word of a lie, awesome. Skip on a few years, we go to Combat Zone. That's our home site now, Links Airsoft Club, and it's a great site, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the site, but there was a few zombie events that didn't live up to the same hype, the memories of Curtain 2 zombie nights. And I think there's some players that along lines of me will think the same thing, that Curtain 2 zombie nights were amazing. Combat Zone, it's been hit and miss. Some good, in my view, some not so. Not so exciting. The zombies, some of them don't want to play the role. And they kind of, you lose that fear of the event. Because that's what this whole event is like. It's a Halloween/zombie horror event. And you need horror. You need fear. You need players to think, I don't want to make a noise because the living dead's out there, and I don't want to be the living dead anymore. You know, so I've got to be quiet. I'm scared, you know, and it just wasn't that. For me personally, it just wasn't that. So I kind of missed the last two Combat Zone Halloween events. I do pay attention to the posts that pop up on the Links Airsoft Club page regarding, you know, past and previous events. And I genuinely get the concept that the last one they played, which was a few weeks ago now, actually was quite good. In fact, I do believe the club boss put down a comment along the lines of zombie nights back to what they used to be. And that's a lot. That statement there is a lot to make me think maybe it's worth another crack at doing a zombie night. Obviously, you know, I've missed this year's one. We might do one again we'll do one next year, but we might do one early on in the year, just to spice things up. But between those posts off that page and me editing Zoidwolf's video here, his horror sci-fi, horror zombie video even, I kind of think I want to get back into zombie matches. I play a lot of, it's going to sound bad, but I play a lot of DayZ, which is a PC game. It's a zombie survival horror game. Ignoring the fact that the game's not finished, that's a standing joke for PC owners. The concept is brilliant. I love that. I watched The Walking Dead. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I am watching it pretty much episode by episode every day, just trying to get to the end of it, because it's such a brilliant, fantastic storyline. And it's something that we can bring into Airsoft, into events, where you can have groups of people, you can have bases, you can have zombies, and you can have evil people, you can have good people. And it's something that a lot of clubs do tend to bring into their zombie Halloween themed events. So, you know, I mean, probably coming to a conclusion on this video, I'm a little bit miffed that I missed the last zombie match, because I kind of thought it was going to be the same as any other zombie match. I should have really gone to it. But watching Zoidwolf's videos and thinking of what happened at the last zombie night, and then thinking of what I know zombie matches to be, I think I want to get back into zombie nights. I mean, there's only one or two of them every year, but I think next year's one, I might be very tempted to rock into a zombie night. Again, probably with the AK and a high capacity magazine, who knows. Maybe I'll go traditional and go with a shotgun, or maybe I'll go even more traditional and just go with a knife. But yeah, I think zombie nights are getting a bit more exciting again, and like I say, I'll maybe give them another shot. So on that being said, what do you guys think about special themed airsoft events such as Halloween style matches? Do you like them? You've got your standard skirmish days, and then you've got night matches. Well, now you've got this little sub match here that sits there, specialist themed match on zombies. Do you like the idea of zombies being in airsoft matches? Do you guys have any ideas? Actually, come to think about it, yeah. Do you guys have any ideas how you would make a zombie themed event better? what would you guys like to see in a future zombie event? Because it's when people come up with ideas that clubs start paying attention and start going, well, we can do this, or we can't do this for X, Y, Z. But they'll start trying to make events better, and therefore more fun for us guys, the airsofters. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on zombie matches and what you guys think of them. So yeah, I think that's pretty much wrapped it up for this week's, month's, no ideas blog video. So yeah, stay safe. I will see you guys through an airsoft sniper scope very, very soon.